In the upcoming video, I will talk about how to buy a house for free. Basically, sustainable home constructions and why in the upcoming 10 years we'll be able to buy them for free. Yeah, sure, literally you will have to have some money, but within 6 months or within a year you will be able to get the money back. That's the main idea. And I will show you the math, and it's really simple to understand. And that's not a financial advice. It's maybe it worked for us, maybe it worked for many, but it doesn't guarantee that it worked for you because there are many factors. But take it as an idea, and let's get into it. So where's the catch? The catch is the following. So when you buy land, for now, where there's nothing, like no water, no electricity, the bank doesn't give you money for that land. So basically that land doesn't have value. Sure, it costs money, but let's say it's like €5 per square meter. But the second you have a house in it and you can live in that house, the banks and everybody says oh, sure, there's a house, so you can rent it, you can sell it almost immediately. So that means, and we are not talking about the house itself, we are talking about the land for now, for a second. So they will say that land doesn't cost €5 per square meter or $5. It costs 10, 15, 20, 25 because it has, in our case, because we have a sustainable house, a sustainable home construction. We'll have electricity, we'll have water, and we have everything we need. So the land's price that we bought for €5 or $5 per square meters, on the instant, the second the house is ready, it will worth 15, 20, 25, something like that. So, and people will give it to us because literally we'll have a house that has free water, free electricity, and free everything. And we won't need the government, not in a mean way, but it will be a house that it's not eating the money, it will make the money. And the difference in price, not within the house, but the difference in price within the land will pay us the house, if it makes sense. And let me show you the numbers. We bought land for $5 per square meter because there's no road, no electricity, no water, no town, no city, nothing. Sure, we don't have to be 1,000 miles from the city, but I can make a bet if you're not living in New York, you can find land that's cheap. Maybe it's not $5, it's a 7 and 8. Okay, so with $5, we are starting with $5. We are chasing terrains near the city, not that far. So let's say we have a $20,000 budget to buy the land. That means with $5 we can buy 4,000 square meters. Okay, so let's check the numbers. So we bought it with 5, and if they build a road in the upcoming 5 years or 10 years, the land itself, without the sustainable home construction, without everything, just because of the government will make a road there, the terrain's price will go up from 5 to 15. If they put electricity, government electricity, it will be a 30. Let's say if they put water, sure, I just give random numbers, it's not the most accurate ones. It depends on your country. The initial price that you bought the terrain for the sustainable home construction was $5 per square meter. And the new price, after you build the sustainable house and you're not waiting for government, you're not waiting for the town to be there, it will be let's say I put two versions, 25 and the $40 per square meter. I put it to 40 because maybe if you are smart and you buy the terrain near the city and you know the city will expand there and everybody else will have to wait 7, 8, 9 years for the road and the electricity, but everybody knows that the city will go there, that means you're an advantage because you can build your sustainable house there. It's working, you have water, you have electricity, and everybody else will move there in 5 years or 7 years. So you have an advantage. That means you can, I don't want to tell you you have to sell your land to make up that money, the difference, but your land will worth 25, let's say $40 per square meter. And again, it's not a rule, I just wanted to show the logic of it. Your initial terrain worth $20,000, and now if you would sell it, let's say I simplified it, With the first version, your land was worth $100,000, and with the another version, when it will be like a $40, that means your terrain will be $160,000. So the profit, if you would sell it, with the first version it's like nothing, and the second version, because the prices change and you have the sustainable home construction it, that means you get a $80,000 profit, and with the other one a $140,000 profit. So here you make like 5 times the money that you put in, like every dollar made you $5, and with the other version every dollar made you $8, and you didn't have to wait like 10 years, 15 years, or like 20 years for that, or like banks and rates and oil prices. It doesn't matter. You just build a house. Let's say you build it in like 6 months, let's be it a year, and within a year you will make your money back at that part. And yeah, sure, now the question, okay, but I have to build a house as well, and the house is expensive. And solution is like build in a totally different way. Within this video I won't explain it how, but my channel is about how to build sustainable home constructions with less of a money. Basically you can build premium houses, and I put it on my website for free. It's available. I won't even ask you for an email address. You're invited to go to my website and check the tutorial, like the blueprint, how to build a sustainable home. I don't say for free, but for 5,000, within the 5,000, $7,000 per room range. And the biggest idea is the following. So sure, you bought the terrain for pennies, the terrain worth 7-8 times more. With that price difference you buy the house. Sure, you had to have like the money up front, that's like another thing, but I will explain you how to get the money. And afterwards you go to the banks and say to the banks, look bank, I have like a house here and I want to build a new one. And if you made like a bigger house and you have parts of it that you rented out, the bank, it will estimate your land and it will estimate your house, not with like $5 per square meter per land. And they won't estimate your house like $5 or $6,000 per room. They will estimate it like way more. So that means you will get 80% or like 70-80% of the estimate in cash. That means you can go and you can buy another land for like 5, 7, 8 euros per square meter, or like dollars per square meter, and you will be able to replicate again and again, and you start to rent them out. And the second you rent them out, you don't have to pay taxes. Like, not like you don't have to pay taxes, but you say it's a business investment, and all of the things that you are buying, like the grass seeds, the furniture, like the insurance, like everything, you will say that's a business investment. So therefore you are like printing money basically. So the banks will give you money for free because you bought the terrain like 5 times cheaper, like 8 times cheaper, that the banks and the people afterwards, you have the sustainable home on it, will estimate. You will build the house for way cheaper, and you won't pay the big taxes because you will say, oh, that's a real estate investment. See? So the return of the money, it won't be like, you won't have to wait like 20, 30, 40 years to get the money back. Let's say you bought the land for like $20,000, like 4,000 square meters, and you build a house within the mentioned method, and go to the website and check it. I will put the links below. So it cost maybe $50,000. So you're at like let's say an $80,000. Sure, you have to have that money, or you get it from the bank. In 6 months, the house is ready, and it's built in a totally different way. It's built like an IKEA furniture. So I'm not going to go into it, but believe me, you can build it under like 2-3 months. But let's say you build it in 6 months, and afterwards you go to the bank and you want to refinance it, and you will see the banks won't say, oh, land costs $5 per square meter. They will say, oh, the land costs like maybe, let's be a 15, not a 20 or like a 40. In a classical standpoint, when persons build a house, they kind of sell their soul to the banks, because they go to the bank and they will pay like maybe 20, 30, 40 years, and they are locked, and they have a problem because if they are like fired or if they get sick, they can pay the banks. But here it's like different because you're not having a risk in a way, because you build a sustainable home construction, and afterwards, like within 6 months, within 1 year, your house worth like maybe, I don't want to say a number here, but way more that you build it. So the second, you can go to the bank and take out cash. So the money that you have it in cash again. So it's not like you're locking up your money. Or if you don't trust the banks and you don't like the idea and you don't want to rent out your house, you can sell it. So basically, let's say you had like $100,000 cash you started and you build a small house, like off the grid, like a sustainable home construction, let's say. And afterwards, within like 6 months, within a year, when everything looks like beautiful, like the grass or like the clover come up, you go and you sell your house. And it won't cost like $100,000 that you put in it. It will cost way more. And it's not like a general rule like saying, yeah, sure, you build a house and every house you build, it costs more. No, that house costs way more. That's like I told you, just the land. It will cost like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like X times more that you bought it. So go to my website and check how to build a house. It's free. I don't want your email address. I don't want anything from you. So that was today's video. If you're interested in sustainable house buildings, like how to build a sustainable home, then subscribe to the channel. Again, that was today's video, and I hope I will see you in the new video.